Bye, baby. Miguel, I can't see, baby. I can't see. Let's read what we know. What do you know out of those sentences there?
Area of a circle.
What's the area of a circle? There you go.
Isn't circumference like C equals like dr
C equals
squared?
pi d.
It is normally pi d,
Pi d.
but we can rewrite that as 2 pi r. Why do I want to use the one with the r instead?
Because it has the same thing as area.
Because it has the same thing as area, right? That makes them match up. Are y'all okay with that? Okay, let's look at this guy right here. Does anybody remember how to say that?
A of C.
A of C. Very good. It's the exact same thing as f of x. It's just different letters, okay? All right, so that is A of C. So what that means, what A of C means, is that I want to take the C, the circumference, and plug it into the area. But in order to do that, you have to use what we just took a quiz on and solve for a letter. So what letter could I solve for that I could then plug into A, and I can solve for R, right? How would I solve for R here?
You divide by pi.
More than that. What's with the R? 2 pi. And so now, instead of saying R in the other equation, what could I plug in for R? What does R equal? C pi. There, over 2 pi. There you go. So it goes right here. All right, so here we go. Once we're plugging it in, it's not going to be A. It's going to be A of C. And then pi. But then I'm not going to put R squared. I'm going to put what for R?
C over pi.
There you go. And then that is squared. But I need to simplify that. Do you see anything that I can simplify?
You can the pi
The pi's can't. That's what we did on our quiz. That's what we did on our quiz right here. It has to be order of operations. You cannot cancel until you do
You can divide
the exponents. Pim does. Come on, guys. Pim does. You'll have to do this in order. They have to go in order. Okay? The very first one's parentheses. Then the next one is exponents. Then you can multiply and cancel the pi's. Okay? So exponents first. What is this squared? C squared. What is this squared? 4 pi squared. There you go. Now what will cancel? Where? It's just the equal sign. It's just equals. Now what will cancel? Now this 1 pi will cancel with one of those, right? There's 2 of them down there. So what's left?
C squared over 4 pi.
Perfect. Kind of, sort of, ish, a little bit. We'll get better out of the more we do, right? Yeah? Okay, so now the workshop's done. That's sweet. That's awesome, right? Now what are we going to do? ACT, what numbers? 8 through 10. Now while you're getting that ready, hang on. What happened? What? You've been confused all day and you don't know how you've been confused? Yeah? Yeah? So it doesn't feel like Friday? I've been with you. I've been thinking to myself all day, okay, what do I need to get ready? And I'm like, oh, no, today's Saturday. I'm going home. Okay, so how many problems do we have?
3.
Which means we have how many minutes? Do not start yet. Do not start yet. Do not start yet. We have 3 minutes, right? Okay, when we finish this, I'm going to hand back your quizzes, okay? So when you hear your name, you'll come grab your quiz. Does that make sense to everybody? and we'll go over those quickly, and then we will do our notes quickly, and hopefully we won't have any homework. We are not doing a checkpoint today because we are not going to have time. We will move that to Monday. Monday is a normal day. We are going to work while we stream the eclipse. Okay, so we're going to watch the eclipse and work at the same time. Does that make sense? Still okay? But the cool thing is, if you're not going to be here, what can you do? Google Classroom, right? And you already have all your notes. You already have everything. Guys, look, you see this exact same screen at home that you do when you're here, okay? You just get to do it at home. Does that make sense to everybody? It's nothing different. You hear my voice. You hear all the questions. There's nothing different, okay? Does that make sense to everybody? So if you're planning to stay home Monday, that's fine. You can do that. Just make sure that you watch the video. All okay? Okay, you got it good? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. ACT, 8 through 10, go. 8 through 10, go. Here we go. So you can put your ACT away. Go ahead and get your notes ready to go. And get your notes ready to go. And when you hear your name, come on down and grab your quiz. All right, Brandon, Brinley, Cole, James, Allie, Malco, Bella, Madison, Sabrina, Raylan, Jared, corrections was worth 5 points. So if they were 5 points and you got a check mark, what do you think the check mark means?
5.
Yeah, got all 5 points, right? Does that make sense? Okay, if you got a +4, what do you think that means about your understanding and how to work the problem? You understood most of the problem, right? But you may have gone wrong somewhere. What do you think it means if you only got a +1? Like you maybe got one step right, or at least you tried something, and I gave you some points because you tried something. Does that make sense to everybody? Y'all okay? Alright, so here's what I need you to do. I need you to, out of all the questions, make sure it gives you the number at the bottom, okay? On the front and the back, because I did these very late last night and very quickly, and I might have missed one, and you don't want my mistake to be part of your grade, okay? So go through and check, and then add the 2 bottom numbers up, and make sure it gives you the number at the top. Alright, we are not going to go over this quiz step by step, because what do you get to do to this quiz? No, you don't get to keep it. You gotta give it back, yeah. You get to do corrections, right? You get to do corrections. If we go over the problems, you don't get to do corrections, okay? However, let's say that you have no idea how to do the last problem, which was like what, number 20, is that right? Let's say you had no idea how to do that. What do you have to do first before you can do corrections anyway? You have to do what, Madison? You have to come into tutoring, right? So if you had no idea how to do number 20, I'm not going to work number 20 with you, but I'm going to work several that are like number 20. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes? No? Okay. So, how long do you have to do corrections? 1 week, which means you have until Friday to do corrections, okay? And here's the deal. You need 2 days to do corrections. What's the first day? Tutoring. And the second day would be the actual corrections. Does that make sense to everybody? So don't come in Friday and say, hey, I need to do corrections. And I'm going to say, well, did you do tutoring yet? You're going to say no? And I'm like, well, okay for you. So, okay? That makes sense? Yes, yes, ma'am. Are you correcting the exact problem? Yes. Yes, that's why I'm not going to work the exact problem with you. When we come to tutoring, then we will work problems like we did in the notes. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay? Alright, so if you are not planning to do corrections and you want me to show you what you did wrong, just raise your hand in just a minute. If you are good to go and you want to do corrections and come do tutoring next week, just put it in the tray, and then we are working on what page? 13, and let's solve them first while I answer questions, and then we will go from there. Does that make sense? Y'all okay? Alright, go ahead and put them in the tray. You sure? Yes, ma'am. Put them in the tray. If you don't have any questions, raise your hand if you do have a question. No. I can square. I can square. Okay, yes, ma'am.
I missed this, like, completely. That's why I didn't get it.
What did you do?
No,
Any other questions? Anybody else? You're still working on page 13. Page 13. Any other questions?
Do on that, like, I still made it fine.
You got 2 days and pay 35. Good. Just come in 1 day for tutoring, 1 day for
Like, I got
facts.
I didn't like that problem.
That's almost kind of easy.
But then I looked at it, and then I'm like, oh.
Yeah, because they're actually right there. Nothing is very good. The other ones are in the calls that remind me, and can you say like 2 minutes?
Sure, my brain was not in it for that problem.
Page 13. We're working on that. Page 13. Page 13. Okay. What about number 2? What y'all get on number 2? No, we don't do decimals. What do we do? Fractions are our friend. Right? Apart? When you divide by 8, fractions are your friend. So what would it be? 3/4. Very good, very good, okay? Then we need to graph it, right? This is what we did yesterday. Y'all okay? No, only when you divide by a what? Negative, like we did on number 4. We divided by a positive there. Yep. Okay, let's pretend. You ready? We got our graph. Let's pretend that it's a -3, not a -3/4. Pretend it's a -3. If this was a -3, what number would go right here? -4. Now make it a fraction. -4/4 is -1. Okay, pretend it's -3. What would go on the other side of -3? -2, and -2/4 is -1/2. Very nice. Very nice. Does that make your life easier with fractions? Yeah. All right. So look right here. Does it have a solid bar? Yeah. So we better have a solid dot right there. And then where do I shade? To the right. Whichever way it's pointing. There you go. We're going to shade to the right. Okay? All right. Here's what we're going to do. Take until 2:40. At 2:40, we're going to come back together and we're going to do these on the board real quick. So if you want to find a partner, you got about 7 minutes to work with a partner. So you can't lollygag because we got things to do, okay? If you want to move around and work with a partner, you have about 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Go, go, go. If you want to work with a partner, 7 minutes, okay? Talk to them, get it done, let's go. does your letter need to be on? What side? The left. The letter needs to be on the left, okay? If it's not, just pick the whole thing up and flip it around. That's not what you Alright, what y'all get for number 3? 27? Y'all agree with that? Yeah? You get that for a graph? You're good. You can stay where you are. Hey, Danielle. Yeah. 6. Sweet. That's right. Hey, have you taken a quiz or anything yet yesterday? You did take it? You had Miss Horton? Okay, I'll just get your quiz from her. Okay. Alright. Are y'all good on 3? Can I move up? Yeah? Are we finished with 5? Yeah? Okay, what'd y'all get on 5?
Negative 5.
I need the whole inequality.
He is
Greater than?
greater than equal to.
Negative 5? Do y'all agree with that? Okay. So finish 6. Okay, 6, you're letting it freak you out because it's a fraction. Like, don't do it. You're dividing by 5. What's the opposite of dividing by 5? Multiply. Hold on. Did you multiply by a negative? It's not a trick question. No, right? So is anything going to happen to this guy right here?
No.
No. So your answer is just...
Okay, so that is.
Does that answer your question? Okay.
I gotta think
Yeah. What?
I gotta think
For number 5?
Oh, they're on the
Yeah, we just did the first thing so far. Hold on a second. Y'all okay so far? Miguel, what'd you get for your answer?
-2.
The whole inequality.
Yeah. Oh, x is greater than or equal to -2.
-2. Okay, do y'all agree with that on 6? Yes? Couple of heads nodding? No? Yes. Yes, it should be -2. Yes, it should be -2. Do I need to work it out? Okay, one second. You divide by negative. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Okay, what about number 7? What'd y'all get on number 7?
B is less than or equal to 6.
Less than or equal to 6?
Yes.
Do y'all agree with that? No? Ready to go over it? Yeah, I need to go over it?
No.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay. And then you should got that for a graph. Y'all still working on 8? Some of us, yeah. Okay, keep going on 8. Keep going on 8. All right, what'd y'all get on 8?
8 is
Greater than 5? Did y'all get that? Do y'all everybody agree?
Yes.
Do I need to go over this? Yeah? Okay. All right, distribute. Stop me when you get lost. Okay, combine like terms.
Y'all got 5/7.
5/7?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's look at it and see. Oh, let's see. Hold on. So we would add the 3, right? hold on. Add the 1, and yes, you would get 5/7.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
Okay. Y'all okay? All right, do you remember how I told you to do the graph? Pretend that it's not a fraction. Pretend it's not a fraction. Pretend it's just 7, okay? What would go before 5? 4. What would go after 5? And then make them all have the same denominator. Okay, let's see. That would be open and to the right. Y'all okay? Okay, now look, listen. Number 9. Y'all proved to me on your quiz that you were a beast at these fractions, okay? So you know how to do fractions, and I am so stinking proud of that. But here's the deal. When we get to some hard stuff, like when it has all these crazy letters and all these crazy expressions, it is going to make your life miserable to move the 3/4 or move the 1/4 and all that good stuff, okay? So I want you to have 2 options in your brain. The first option is to subtract the 1/4, right? Just like you normally would. The second option is the trick that I showed you, that you could multiply by the denominator, which is 4. And then if you multiply, that would just be n. Multiply, that would be 48. Multiply, and that would be 3. Multiply, and you would get -16. Are y'all okay? I want you to have both options, okay? I'm not saying you have to do it this way because you will get the same answer. But I want you to at least know how to do it for when we get to the hard stuff. Does that make sense? Y'all okay? What's wrong, Madison? You good? Okay. All right, here we go. So subtract the n, and you would get 48 greater than or equal to 2n minus 16. Add the 16. What is that? 64. And divide, and you get 32. Flip it around so the letter's on the left. Like that. Y'all okay? What's wrong? I see some confusion. Y'all okay?
I was just gonna say
Yeah.
answer and except.
It will be, except for when we get to the other stuff, you're going to have to know how to do this. Okay? So at least just have both ways. I don't care how you do it right now. But when we get to the other stuff later on, you're going to at least need to know how to do it, okay? Alright, we okay? We're working on the last one, number 10. We got a fraction. Fractions are your friend. Mixed numbers and decimals are not your friend. Just saying. Alright. Subtract the 18 first. What is that, 8? Then, this is the one y'all are freaking out about because it looked like a fraction. Who cares? You're dividing by -4. What's the opposite of dividing by -4? Oh my gosh, and when you multiply by a negative, what happens to this guy right here? He flips. He like wigs out and flips out, literally. Okay, subtract the 5. You get 9z is greater than -37. Divide. And we're just going to leave it alone, okay? Leave it alone. I know you know that that's -4 and 1/9, okay? I know that. But for right now, let's leave it alone because a lot of times what we do in here, it'll be easier to use this than it would be to do a mixed number, okay? All right, how do we graph it? Huh? Yeah, pretend it's not a fraction, right? No, negatives are backwards. -38, right? What's this one? But that completely reduces. If it completely reduces, it's okay. That's -4. So that would be open, and then you shade this way. We're not done yet. Are y'all okay? Okay, look at the directions. Have we solved? Did we solve all 10 of them? Yes. Have we graphed everything? Come on, guys, have we graphed everything? Yes. Now we need to go back and learn how to do integral notation. Got it good? Okay, put my desk back where they're supposed to be and get back to your seats. Go so we can do this. Go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Get back to your seats. Quick, quick, quick. Go, go, go. All right, you ready? All right, write this down. Here we go at the top. If it's open, like number 1, you use parentheses. If it's closed, like number 2, you use brackets, okay? All right. How do you read a book? From which way to which way? From left to right. You do the exact same thing with these graphs. You read them from left to right. Does that make sense to everybody? All right. Watch what I'm doing. Here we go. It is going to the left forever and forever and forever and forever and forever. Correct? That's what the arrow means? Where is it going to forever and forever and forever and forever to the left? What do we call that? It goes forever. What infinity if it goes to the left? What are to the left? Negative. So this would be negative infinity, comma. It's going to the right, but then as soon as it gets right here to 8, it doesn't go any further past 8. So where does it stop? On 8. Does that make sense to everybody? We're not finished yet. All right. Now, did 8 have an open circle or a closed circle? So it gets a parentheses. Just one. Now, any single time, any time you use what's the thing called? Infinity, it will always get a parentheses because you can never reach infinity. So it is always open. You can never hit infinity. It is always open. It'll always be parentheses on an infinity. Always. Roll up. Watch. Look. Right here on this infinity side, on that side, that will always be a parentheses with the infinity. The number depends on what's on this graph. Let's do one more, okay? Yes, James? Sir? Let's do that real quick. All right, here we go. How do you read a book? Which way to which way? Left to right, okay? The furthest point to the left is right here, correct? Doesn't go any further to the left than right here. Is that an open dot or a closed dot? So that gets a bracket. What number is it closed on? There you go. And you always do a comma right after that. Then it goes to the right forever and forever and forever and forever, right? So where does that go to? What kind of it? Positive. And any single time, anytime you use an infinity, you get a parentheses around that infinity, okay? Right next to the infinity should go a parentheses. Let's do some more, okay? I know this is new. You've never seen this before.
Does the order matter?
Yes.
We'll always end it anyway, right? When we're graphing. When we're graphing, it's always infinity.
One side will. One side will always be infinity. Yes. All right, here we go. Number 3. Watch. How do we read a book? Left to right. Now let's look at this graph. Same thing. To the left. It's going forever and forever and forever. Which direction? Negative infinity. Comma. Where does it stop at the right? 27. Okay? The infinity always gets a parentheses. The number depends on what's on the graph. What's on the graph right here? Open, so that gets a parentheses. Does that make sense? I know this is different. It's the only Algebra 2 thing we will do. Well, technically it's still Algebra 1 because I taught my Algebra 1 kids this, but anyway, if you had me for Algebra 1, you remember this. All right, here we go. Look at number 4. Going to the left. Where is it going to the left? Forever and forever and forever to what? Which infinity? Negative. Comma. Where does it stop at the right? 3. Infinity always gets a parentheses. The number depends on what's on the graph. What's on the graph? Open, which is a parentheses. Feeling a little bit better? Okay, let's do a few more, okay? Here we go. Let's see if we can get all these finished, and then y'all won't have homework. Okay, look at the graph. Here we go. On the left, how far to the left does it go?
5.
Negative 5, right? We're not finished. You shouldn't be packed up. Your stuff should still be on your desk. Where does it go to the right?
Positive.
Positive infinity. All right, now, the infinity always gets a parentheses. The number depends on what's right here. What's right here? Open or closed? Closed. So yes, Jared, it gets a bracket. Are y'all okay? All right, one more. Here we go. Where does it stop at the left? Negative 2. Where does it go to the right? Infinity always gets a parentheses. The number depends on what's right here. What's right here? Closed. So that is a bracket. You have 4 minutes left. Your homework is to finish the interval notation for the rest of 7, 8, 9, and 10. You have 4 problems. I think you can get that done in 4 minutes. If you do it quickly, you won't have any homework. Does that make sense? If you're closing up your binders, that means you've already finished through 10.